'Twas a tale born in Austin, Texas, that led to the ocean floor, of freedom of mind taken away seemingly forevermore. Once upon a time, deep in the sea, there lived a place of literary magic, of books written long ago for them, you, and me. Beneath South Padre Island, dolphins swam and fish read. They stayed up a little too late reading because the book plots were too good to go to bed. They looked out for each other against danger and oil spills. They found kindness and friendship the greatest life thrills. On the school bus in the morning, they read their books with plankton and algae packed for school lunch. They planned on which books to do homework on as they imagined their delicious food to munch. They loved stories by H.G. Wells, Roald Dahl's Matilda and Boy, but on land was someone so upset by this, he wanted to annoy.
"Have you checked my accounts again? Any new interest you've seen?"
"Yes, Dad," Maggie the Mouse said. "Your bank balance is billions in the green."
"I have plenty of money, but I should be richer. My friends will have more money than my billions, flowing out like sweet tea from a pitcher."
Maggie said, "I better get back to the tale of Peter Rabbit. It's a read so good."
"You're not permitted to read books about middle-class animals. Who taught you that? Who said you could?"
Maggie told him, "I read all about the girls of the Gulf of Mexico becoming smart. Smart girls ask questions, and intelligence shakes away old world power like it's art." High in the Houston skyscraper clouds, the businessman ever so did whine.
"Step aside, all who wander for books yonder. This story is mine. I will put on the scuba mask and dive. I will, and stop girls reading so they lack futures that thrive. A girl's book ban is in place for sea life of all ages. I will earn so much money with power gain from reading those pages. Fear not, my threats of sabotage are yeses, not mights. I damage things by toxic waste and oil spills dark as shark bites."
The girl's sea life lured him over. They devised a trap. They put their libraries, including their cave library, in plain sight, read the books, and he was there in a snap. Eels big and small carried the books in wheelbarrows with the confidence of the very tall. "Let him come near," said Jellyfish June, as they spilled glitter, love, books, and squid ink into the cauldron by the glow of the moon.
"How can we send this letter for help to humans?"
asked a tiny fish in shock.
"Can emails get through without Wi-Fi or magnetic dock?" "Give me the letter. I can send it with my powers,"
said Wilma, the lesser electric ray.
"It will be the lead story on the news later today."
The Scuba Man said,
"The Torah, the Bible, the Quran, these books of God's love? Maya Angelou's poetry on being caged like a dove? Dr. Seuss, Charlotte's Web, Toni Morrison's The Bluest Eye? Fairy tale love stories between a prince and another guy? H.G. Wells, has the world gotten mad? If girls read his work or George Orwell's, they will think for themselves and independent ideas are always bad. How will we control them when these girls become women? Will they become allies to movements for their kinsmen? Will they want to work in careers of their own choices? Will they make change using their voices?"
The moment he opened the cursed golden page, the magic exploded, so did his rage.
"Smells of barbecue. Happy son. This is the campus library where I studied and used to read for fun. Alice, the girl of my dreams, and me, the gentleman with $5 in his pocket. Cheap cologne and thrift store denim scenes."
Alice asked, "What's that you've got? A book in your hand?"
He said, "Your namesake, Alice in Wonderland. Your laugh is irresistible. Your beauty, your moral compass can never be sold."
"Yes, because I read Austen, Tolkien, and all the books made into motion pictures of Oscar Gold," he said aloud.
"I'll convince you to go on a date if it's the last thing I do,"
Alice replied. "You'll need to try real hard, friend, because reading one book for me doesn't make your spirit authentic and true. I only fall in love with men who sweep me off my feet in books. If it's shallowness you're after, go somewhere else. With enough money, anyone can buy fashionista looks." They danced through their college years, reading at night, trading dumb jokes under soft lamplight. She studied in banking, he majored in law. He learned how to program in DOS. But greed came calling. Bit by bit, he forgot what was real. He chased bigger numbers, he closed every deal. The warmth in his voice, the books on his shelf, replaced by a stranger, the businessman himself. Alice decided then she must divorce him, let him go. He was not who she married. He had lost his glow. The Scuba Man was thrown out from Wonderland by Alice, the rabbit, and the Mad Hatter's hand. His eyes clouded in tears of remorse. The ocean, hand by hand, lifted and launched by invisible force.
I see now that stories are meant to be free, for sea-girls, for boys, and even for me.
Boom went the sky, kapow went the stars. He exploded in rainbows that danced well past Mars. Out flew the books, every title and tale, spinning and twirling, raining down as if heavenly mail.
Once I believed gold was all that could grow, that girl power could become mine, and their books could make it so. But now I've seen the truth in each daughter and pearl. The knowledge and kindness changed the whole world. The ghost of my old self haunted me and you. Now forevermore may it be true. No one shall ever again touch this beach. A young gal's education will always be within reach.
Natalie the dolphin asked, "Shall we agree with a handshake?" The businessman said,
"Indeed, and it is a promise I will never break. Intellect is the greatest form of beauty. Inner beauty, more than outer, is so true. I know it is so, because I was once in love with a lady who said girls read books too."
Why do I try? Why don't I try to forget? It must have been that something love is called fate kept on saying I had to wait. I saw them all, just couldn't fall till we met. It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around and finally found the somebody who could make me be true, could make me be blue, and even be glad just to be sad thinking of you. Some others I've seen